97 current and former Phoenix police officers were found to have made questionable Facebook posts which endorse violence against Mexicans, Muslims, women, and criminal defendants. But according to the Plainview Project, which created the database, other departments across the country employ officers who've made similar statements. From Philadelphia, Dallas, as well as St. Louis, where the top prosecutor banned 22 officers from presenting cases.
The United States is running concentration camps on our southern border. That is exactly what they are. They are concentration camps.
With the Trump administration arguing in front of a Ninth Circuit panel Tuesday that the government is not required to give soap or toothbrushes to children apprehended at the U.S.-Mexico border and can have them sleep on concrete floors in frigid, overcrowded cells, despite a previous established settlement agreement that
requires detainees to be kept in safe and sanitary facilities.
Psychological warfare aims
at doing their constitutional right, and now we're trying to make that illegal. I mean, I literally have not seen a bill more unconstitutional than this. So to say that you're not even allowed to protest, and it's not even the government, it's the almighty corporations.
It was first used by the Jesuits in 1622.
LA Weekly reports Los Angeles and Southern California police are expanding their use of surveillance technology, such as intelligent video analytics, digital biometric identification, and military pedigree software for analyzing and predicting crime. Information on the identity and movements of millions of Southern California residents is being collected and tracked, whether they've committed a crime or not.
Remember back just 5 years ago, the NSA doesn't spy on Americans. That's a conspiracy theory. Now they're like, we spy on everything you do, and it's totally illegal, and you sit down and shut up. We're putting you all on list. We're buying billions of rounds of ammo, thousands of armored vehicles, and training to take on gun owners.
It's called treason.
And emails have been found connecting CEO Mark Zuckerberg to some of the company's most disturbing privacy problems.
About the concentration of power in a few hands. And, you know, that's the point of antitrust legislation. The point of antitrust, which really should be called anti-monopoly legislation, because that's people can understand that. People don't know what trusts are. But with the point of anti-monopoly, antitrust legislation, which is on the books, it's never enforced, is that it breaks up the concentration of power, because the concentration of power in a few hands is antithetical to a democracy. And so the same thing's happening right now with information. He who controls the information controls the culture, right? And controls our politics. So 70% or 80% of all news people in the United States, people get their news from Facebook or Google, meaning you type in a search into Google and then it'll show you a news story, or you get it from Facebook. So that's an incredible amount of concentrated power, and that's dangerous for our economy because they can control the discourse, which is what's happening right now, right? So they're trying to control the discourse. And so right now, the legacy media, the surveillance state, the government, they're all trying to control that because the narrative got away from them. And now Facebook is bragging that they cancel and delete pages at the behest of governments and at the behest of the Atlantic Council, which is just, again, another appendage of our government corporate state. So this is creeping fascism, and people don't see it because it's happening, you know, and they're in the way propaganda happens, and they're made to think this is all good for you, and the nanny state is going to be able to take care of you. And by the way, a Silicon Valley billionaire will decide what information is safe for you. That's what they were talking about on the panel yesterday. Mm-hmm. What we want to make sure that it's safe. Twitter and Google were saying we want to make sure the news is safe. Well, the world isn't safe. So this idea that you could make some sterile place where you get correct information all the time that never existed, never will exist. You want to see the most fake news? It's fucking New York Times and the Washington Post that lies about every war, and they're going to lie us into Iran. And they tried to lie us into Venezuela. They tried to lie us into Syria. They effectively lied us into Libya and Iraq. And Iraq the first time.
But in terms of how you think about problem sets, when I was a cadet, what's the cadet motto at West Point? You will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses. Good afternoon. It is the assessment
Of the United States government that the Islamic Republic of Iran is responsible for the attacks
that occurred in the Gulf of Oman today. This assessment is based on intelligence, the weapons used, the level of expertise needed to execute the operation, recent similar Iranian attacks on shipping, and the fact that no proxy group operating in the area has the resources and proficiency to act with such a high degree of sophistication. This is only the latest in a series of attacks instigated by the Islamic Republic of Iran and
its surrogates against American and allied interests. And they should be understood in the context of 40 years of unprovoked aggression.
Throughout history, you have examples of grossly unethical experiments.
And is that what this was?
I think that, yes, it was a grossly unethical experiment because you are playing with an entire country, the psychology of an entire country without their consent or awareness. And not only are you
Playing with the psychology of an entire nation, you're playing with the psychology of an entire nation in the context of the democratic process.
You get all this money and you've got a billionaire breathing down your neck going, why don't I have it? Yeah, I've just given you tens of millions of dollars and where's my
Psychological warfare weapon.
My name is Christopher Wiley. I'm a data scientist and I helped set up Cambridge Analytica.
Cambridge Analytica emerged from a British company with a background in military intelligence and psychological warfare, with experience in conflicts like Libya and Afghanistan. About 5 years ago, it began experimenting with how you could use data taken from social media sites like Facebook to build voter profiles.
It's incorrect to call Cambridge Analytica a purely sort of data science company or an algorithm, company. It is a full-service propaganda machine. If you can control all of the streams of information around your opponent, you can influence how they perceive that battle space, and you can then influence how they're going to behave and react. Steve Bannon saw himself as an intellectual. We would need to sort of present ourselves in a way that was more academic. And so we set up a fake office in Cambridge. And whenever Steve would come, we would bring a bunch of people from the London office, plop them into the Cambridge office, and give Steve the impression that we had a lot of our operations based out of the university. We changed how he perceived who we are and what we were doing. And it was his idea, Steve's idea, to give the company the name Cambridge Analytica.
So you psyoped Steve Bannon, basically.
In a way, he was a target audience of one.
And you changed his perception of reality.
And we changed his perception of who we were and what we were doing and what the situation that he was in.
Wow. And then from there it was like you took that to
America, to change the perception of reality for America.
Yeah. And the reason why he was interested in this is because he follows this idea of
why aren't these people in prison?
Which is that
if you want to change politics, you first have to change culture, because politics flows from culture. And so what I said is that if you want to change culture, you have to first understand what the units of culture are. People are the units of culture.
So you want to change politics, you first have to change people to change the culture. Absolute psychopath.
He had quite a famous expression about politics being war.
If you want to fight a battle, or you want to fight a war, you want to win a war, you need weapons for that. You wanted cultural weapons.
And we could build them for you.
He took it to Robert Mercer.
Who's Robert Mercer?
He is an American billionaire in New York. And before he got rich through algorithms.
These people need to be investigated. These people are involved in the gang stalking program.
Alexander Nix is with me, and he starts with his sort of razzle dazzle. We work for the Pentagon, we work for MOD, MI6, we are brilliant and a posh British man, and you should trust me with all your money. Essentially,
Intel
the
connections
pitch was that we were going to combine micro-targeting, which had existed in politics, which was, in part my background, but bring on boards a new constructs from psychology, so that we wouldn't just be targeting you as a voter, we'd be targeting you as a personality. And in order to scale that, we would then be collecting a lot of data on people so that we could build a psychological profile of each voter in a particular region, or in this case, all of the United States. I needed to figure out a way of getting data. They had
apps on Facebook that were given special permission to harvest data, not from just the person who used the app or joined the app, but also it would then go into their entire friend network and pull out all of the friends' data as well.
And if you joined the app, I would not just see your Facebook profile, I would see all of the Facebook profiles of everybody that you're friends with. We would only need to, touch a couple 100,000 people to expand into their entire social network, which would then scale us to, most of America.
And people had no idea that their data was being taken in this way?
No, if you were a friend of somebody who used the app, you would have no idea that I've just pulled all of your data. It was almost everything that would be on a Facebook profile. So
that was things like status updates, likes, in some cases private messages.
So you didn't ever stop and think, actually, this is people's personal information and we're taking it and we're using it in ways that they don't understand. You didn't think, actually, I'm not sure about this.
No, I mean, we were solely focused on getting this data and doing this experiment.
How many profiles were you pulling?
Tens of millions, upwards of 50, 60 million profiles were collected in a 2 or 3 month period. When Alexander Nix told the parliamentary inquiry on fake news that Cambridge Analytica has never used Facebook data, at least from when I was there, that's just fundamentally not true, because we spent $1 million harvesting tens of millions of Facebook profiles, and those profiles were used as the basis of the algorithms that became the foundation of Cambridge Analytica itself. The company itself was founded on using Facebook data.
So you've harvested my data, and then you've used that to target me in ways that I can't see and that I don't understand.
Yeah, so we would know what kinds of messaging you would be susceptible to, including the framing of it, the topics, the contents, the tone, whether it's scary or not, that kind of thing. So what you would be susceptible to and where you're going to consume that. And then how many times do we need to touch you with that in order to change how you think about something. In addition to having, data scientists and psychologists and strategists, they also have an entire team of, creatives, designers, videographers, photographers. They then create that content. That gets then sent to a targeting team, which then, injects it into the internet. Websites will be created, blogs will be created, whatever it is that we think this target profile will be receptive to. We will create content on the internet for them to find. And then they see that and they click it and they go down the rabbit hole until they start to think something differently. Yeah.
Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes.
In fact, it will be used as a weapon. And eventually, we will represent a very small percentage of intelligence. I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI.
And it will be able to improve itself.
Yes.
That's where it gets spooky, right? The idea that it can do thousands of years of innovation very, very quickly.
But one thing is for sure, we will not control it. But your phone is already an extension of you.
you're already a cyborg.
President Donald Trump on Monday will sign an executive order aimed at boosting America's artificial intelligence industry.
AI, the US government is asking its agencies, academia, and industry to make it a priority. In part, the executive order reads, the United States must drive technological breakthroughs in AI across the federal government, industry, and academia in order to promote scientific discovery, economic competitiveness, and national security.
It was this news story here. The story of a company called Cambridge Analytica,
which had created detailed psychological profiles of millions of US citizens
during the 2016 presidential election. And they had allegedly used those profiles
to target voters with Facebook ads that were highly personalized
and essentially designed to discourage them from going to the ballots and putting in their vote for Hillary Clinton.
Okay guys, so check this commercial out and tell me, being a TI, and this is a message for the TI community, if this is not a direct death threat to me, alright? Check this out. Ready?
What are you making a hole for? You.
Woohoo! I dare you, motherfuckers.
When you're buying a home, 6% of the sales price goes to real estate agents.
Poof.
How do they know I'm moving?
It's time to discover.
Really buyers pocket the buyer's agent commission as a cashback bonus. On $1 million home, that's up to $30,000.
Wow.
You can manage the whole buy.
So this is another PSYOP, commercial ad targeting, because incidentally, I so happen to be moving in the near future. And so there you go, guys. I just wanted to document.
What we do know is that the technology of psychological targeting exists and that more and more companies are using it. And I know that because I get emails almost every single day from people who either want to start a business in that context or who want to use psychological targeting within their own organization. Okay, so how does psychological targeting work? Which essentially boils down to the question of how can we assess the psychology of millions of people in order to target them with personalized ads? And the answer is this. We look at their digital footprint. And what I mean by that are all the traces that you leave online on a daily basis. It's what you share and like on Facebook. It's the cookies that keep track of the websites you visit. It's what you post on Twitter, what you buy with your credit card, all the way to what you listen to on Spotify. And you can imagine that all these traces combined can actually tell us a lot about your habits, your preferences, your needs, essentially who you are as a person. Most importantly, these very simple relationships between someone's digital footprints and their psychology is all we need to actually apply psychological targeting using existing targeting tools. Because what Facebook, for example, allows you to do is target people not only based on socio-demographic variables like age, gender, location, but also based on interests. And because interests are inherently related to psychological traits, Facebook effectively also allows you to target people or audiences of different psychological profiles. Like, can we really influence people's behavior by targeting them based on their psychological profile? Is psychological targeting really effective? And the answer is yes. There's algorithms, machine learning algorithms out there today, and that do a much better job at profiling people and are much more accurate than what we have followed here in this case. One of my colleagues, for example, showed that computers are roughly as accurate at predicting your personality as your spouse is, just by looking at your Facebook likes. They're better than work colleagues, they're better than friends, and they're even better than family members. So if you compare what we've done here to what the future is likely to hold, psychological targeting really is only going to be more effective in the years to come. So you are all carrying around your smartphones almost 24/7, which means that you can be tracked almost continuously in real time, and that one can not only make inferences about your psychological traits, but also the mood you're in, the place you're in, the context you're in. So you're no longer just an extrovert, you're now an extrovert who's currently in a good mood, having a good time with friends in a park. And even that pales in comparison to what I think the future is going to hold. At some point, we probably have chips in our body that measure our physiology, or we're going to wear contact lenses like these ones, which not only capture everything that's happening around you, but also shape your perception of reality by displaying hyper-personalized content to you. Which means that my reality at some point might be entirely different to yours. So if we consider all of this, it's not really surprising that the public's initial reaction to psychological targeting in the context of Cambridge Analytica was a very negative one. Some media outlets have even gone as far as calling psychological targeting a threat to democracy.
Studies show that people of color and low-income residents are disproportionately impacted. So why not leave the tough decisions to an algorithm that knows no race or income? It may sound like something straight out of Minority Report, but artificial intelligence is already being used by police stations and courtrooms across the country.
It sounds like something out of dystopian sci-fi, but law enforcement agencies are already using algorithms to fight crime. These algorithms are designed to figure out where and when crimes are likely to occur. It's called predictive policing. This is algorithmics, the space where we explore how invisible, computer-controlled, database sets of rules are making decisions for us every day. Combating and preventing crime often comes down to identifying patterns, which can be difficult for humans sifting through thousands of case reports. But it's much simpler for a computer. In predictive policing, data-centered analytical techniques powered by algorithms can help officers identify where and when crime is most likely to occur. Predpol is one of the largest companies in this space, and they use 3 data points: crime type, location, and time and date, to build customized crime predictions. Everything is built on the observation that certain types of crimes tend to cluster in time and location. So first, the system processes years of crime data in a location to get a historical view of crime patterns. Then, at least once a day, Predpol pulls the 3 data points in from a feed of police departments' records. As new crimes occur, they're mapped against existing patterns, and Predpol's prediction engine attempts to figure out when and where similar crimes are likely to occur. But algorithmic law enforcement isn't just about policing. It's also been used in parole decisions to assess an inmate's risk of recidivism. According to the Wall Street Journal, parole boards in at least 15 states have used these types of tools. We're not at the point where cops are being replaced with computers, but today, part of the long arm of the law is the algorithm.
Predpol has been around since 2012. It's in the business of place-based predictive policing. That is, using algorithms trained on past crime data to anticipate high-risk areas.
What we really want to do is have the officer be in that location enough to preemptively drive down crime, so that box goes away.
The actual effect of software like Predpol on crime reduction is unclear. While places from Los Angeles, California to Jefferson County, Colorado have adopted Predpol, there have been few independent evaluations, and departments have reported mixed results.
I don't have to give you my name. Oh, well, they don't look like me. You got the wrong person. No, you don't. I don't have to give you my last name. You have a reasonable suspicion that I have committed a crime or about to commit a crime?
Is your name John Trujillo? I have to ask you something.
No.
I'm actually not here to arrest
No.
you. I have to ask you something.
No.
Your name is not John Trujillo.
No.
You need to not act like that.
No, I do need to act like this because our police are getting out of control. Our police officers are getting out of control. Your badge does not grant you extra rights.
That's right.
Our police are getting out of control. Y'all feel like y'all can do whatever y'all want to do.
Gang stalking people.
You're more of a danger than I am. Americans are 8 times more likely to be killed by a police officer than a terrorist.
That's right.
Yes, really.
What is your problem today?
I got a problem with police every day.
You do?
Yes, especially when they stop me for no reason.
Gang stalking niggas.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You're not being detained, dude.
Thank you.
Out of control.
Almost got fucking shot by a fucking power crazed ass fucking cop. No, I got the right to stick my fucking hand in my pocket anytime I fucking want to.
Did I shoot you, dude?
I can stick my hand in my pocket anytime I want to. There's no law that says I can't stick my hand in my pocket. And you get ready to fucking shoot me? Fuck you.
Pig. Fucking pig, bro. That's disgusting. What's wrong with that lady, man? These people are dangerous. What's wrong with these people, man? And these are the same people that would argue that it's alright to torture people and shit. This ain't Stasi Germany.
Fucking shoot me for real?
You know? It's crazy.
See that shit?
Out of control, guys. You guys are out of control, man.
Can't even go get fucking coffee. I'll risk getting shot in Los Angeles. Following me for no reason.
This is what TIs go through every day, guys. They got us locked into that pet pool database, using artificial intelligence algorithms to target us and predict our potential next moves so that they can plan ahead, violating our free will. That's a violation of natural law, by the way. These people are out of control. Out of control, guys.
Fucking cop pulled out her fucking handgun on me. Service revolver.
It's a simple question, dude. Simple question.
Who's this lady? What the fuck is wrong with her?
You suspect me of having committed a crime or about to commit a crime?
Well, let me put it this way.
No, that's not the way the law works. That's not the way the law works, right?
That's fine. You don't even want to hear, so.
I don't want to hear it. No, you guys are getting out of control.
Trying to escalate the situation.
I don't even know you're a real police officer. You could be an imposter in a fucking costume, for all I know.
I don't know if you're a criminal or not.
You have to provide 3 forms of ID.
You treat everybody like criminals.
I didn't treat you like a criminal.
No, I don't have to give you that information. If
Your tape is going to see that I treated you just fine.
am I being detained right now?
I'm talking to you.
Am I being detained? Does that mean I'm being detained?
Yes.
And under what grounds am I being detained? Why am I being detained?
Because I need to find out who you are.
Why do you need to find out who I am?
Because I'm looking for someone with your name.
Okay.
You want to keep stepping closer to me?
No, I don't, because I don't know if you're going to shoot me. I'm just trying to get a clearer information.
Well, you're already being agitated towards me.
I am.
So if you keep walking...
I am. I'm very agitated.
Oh, wow, that's reverse
You just
psychology.
pulled your
Look at
gun
this.
on me.
This
If I
woman
pulled
is
my
out of
gun on
control,
somebody,
man.
I'd be going to fucking jail, wouldn't I?
Wow.
I don't need to be a cop. I don't want to be a
This bitch is ready
cop.
to
An
shoot this
overseer
guy.
and a police officer are the same fucking thing.
This is eugenics.
thank you.
This is eugenics. This is Nazi
No,
Germany
fucking
here.
thank you.
Wow. See, this is where Americans
Buenos dias,
fucked up.
senor.
When they allowed these fucking Nazis to come into this country after World War II. This is what we got today because, you know, these people, you're not supposed to let psychopaths
my
get loose,
description.
guys. They don't ever change. They just get worse. And their evil becomes more sophisticated and more invincible. More crafty, more sneaky. So, anyways, this is disgusting. What's wrong with these people, man? They're out of control, yo. Look at this scary ass motherfuckers. These niggas is on top of all this. They some scary ass niggas. That's why they quick to pull the trigger on motherfuckers, man.
There's no reason to get your taser out on me. I have not committed a crime. I haven't done anything wrong. You got a taser out on me like you're fixing to tase me with it. That's not even necessary, officer. You can put that away. I'm a threat to no one.
All right, do you have any ID on you?
That's
Have I
unprofessional,
committed
man.
a crime? Do you suspect me of having committed a crime?
No, I'm just talking to you. I was going to call Beeman, but...
Wow, really?
Wow, pulling up on people
I'm
like
great.
they're
So this
animals.
officer pulled her service revolver out for getting my...
Just make sure you have any weapons for our safety.
Sir,
we need to pat you down.
No, you don't. I haven't done anything wrong.
Because I don't know who you are, and I'm looking for someone.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Okay, exactly.
I haven't done nothing wrong. What crime do you suspect me of committing?
I need to see.
What crime do you suspect me of committing? What have I done wrong? My Fourth Amendment right says I don't have to. My Fourth Amendment right says I don't have to let you search me.
Talk to me, please. We need to make sure you have any weapons.
This officer, can I move away from you guys? Can I stand right there?
If you move, I'm gonna feel like you're gonna indeed. Please.
So that they can shoot him.
No, I
Disgusting.
disagree with. Why are you gonna tase me?
Sir,
Why are you gonna tase me for what?
you're not under arrest. Yeah. But we need
Yet.
What?
Wow.
You know what? I choose to answer no further questions from you guys. Asking my Fifth Amendment right. All right.
I need to make sure you have any weapons for my safety. I need to pat you down.
I haven't committed a crime. I haven't done anything. My Fourth Amendment right says.
Will you listen to my partner and let her pat you down? I just want to make sure you have any weapons. Phone.
Wow.
No, I'm not setting down my phone. My phone is for my protection and your accountability.
Listen to her. Listen.
My phone is for my protection and your accountability.
I'll hold the video. I just want to make sure.
No, it's my property. I don't have any weapons. I'll empty my pockets out for you.
Do not reach into your pockets. Do you understand me?
You guys are out of control.
Turn around for me and let me pat you down.
You guys are out of control. I haven't did anything wrong. I haven't done nothing. I haven't done anything wrong. I pose no threat to you officers.
I feel you are a threat to me. You
How do you feel that I'm a threat? By walking down the street. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm walking down the street, a free person.
Unless this is Nazi Germany.
I do not have to present my ID to you. Terry versus Ohio. Terry versus Ohio. United States Supreme Court says that a person walking down the street is not probable cause enough to stop and detain them.
She's visiting me. She passed us. I'm waiting for us to go around the corner.
Look at this fucking brighting pig. That bitch is brighting people.
So if I
to the AI hive mind technology,
bro. Like cop watching the motherfucking house.
Those people are half human, half
invite them to come
robot.
over and look what happens, man. Fucking pig.
Fucking pigs.
Yeah, we got pulled over. We hit the corner. She saw us. One thing leads to another.
Not even, guys. You guys are on the pet pool list.
Mine going.
You're on the chronic offenders database. A bulletin, pretty much.
Cop watching the house.
In other words, you guys are TIs. You're a targeted individual, and you don't even know.
We got profile. That's why we got pulled over. What's up, New Mexico?
I'm out here as a special guest for the Law Enforcement Association to speak tomorrow on our activism, guys. And this is the way they welcome us into the desert.
Yeah, they're gang stalking you guys.
Read that shit, guys. Can read that shit, but it's usually with these unmarked vehicles, they want to come out here and make a fucking statement.
She's straight profile, man.
Check
if you
this
guys
out.
can see the look that she gave us. Look at. I have my phone already all set up. We sat there, and I got all my paperwork ready just for that reason. And she came out and was waiting for us. And as soon as I pulled out, I didn't do anything wrong. I just pulled out, made a stop, made a right. And all of a sudden,
wait till you guys find out
what happened, man.
that these guys are fucking using neural weapons on us, and that they're using thought projection technology and AI quantum algorithms.
High desert, man.
Designed to track and read our minds.
Flashing the fucking light.
Fucking demons.
Yeah, fucking cops pulled us over.
Yep.
You guys can see. Sorry.
All they are is fucking demons wearing a suit.
So I got mine up here. I'm on fucking high desert right now.
The motherfuckers is
about 400 people on here, bro.
I said it so.
We got stopped, man. We got a profile for no reason.
Man, we got stopped.
Because I'm hooked up to the remote neural monitoring technology, they're targeting the brain. The brain functions based on an algorithm platform, just like a fucking computer does, you know? But the brain is a computer, but it's a biocomputer. And just like a computer, it can also be hacked. If you saturate a human body with barium, strontium, heavy metals, it creates a sort of a metallic coating that sits over the central nervous system, because the central nervous system operates off of electricity, and we all know that we use copper and we use different types of metals as electricity conduits in our cities. We're talking about, military grade nanotechnology. And they're able to target you based on your psychological and behavioral patterns. Because the way that this AI, a supercomputer, monitors a brain activity is based on a continuous algorithm that is designed to determine what you're going to do next, map out your behavioral patterns, and after a year or two of being monitored with such technology, they'll actually be able to master exactly how to attack you, very specific to you, in a way that's completely invisible to the rest of the world.